A devoted mother of 5 from LaGrange, Georgia, is determined to create a better future for her family. However, one afternoon, a frantic call to 911 changes everything. As she seeks help and tries to make sense of the chaos unfolding around her, gunshots suddenly ring out. In an instant, what began as an ordinary day becomes the start of an unimaginable tragedy. What happens when love becomes fatal? This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast with Backroad Betrayal.
October 5th, 2021. It's a warm autumn day in LaGrange, Georgia, a small southern town an hour outside of Atlanta.
LaGrange, Troup County is located on Interstate 85 and Interstate 185. A lot of rural area, but the town is growing.
It's west of Atlanta, but there's still a decent amount of crime.
While LaGrange police are used to dealing with common crimes, the 911 call they received this Tuesday afternoon takes them by surprise.
Troup County 911.
A 911 call comes in, and it is a woman frantic.
She says someone is shooting at her.
In fact, she thinks she's been hit.
Bleeding. Oh, no.
The caller identifies herself as 28-year-old Akila Ware.
She tells the dispatcher that she's in her car and the shooter is chasing her.
Ma'am, are you in Harris County? Do you know right off the bat? Oh,
But before the 911 operator can pin down her location, their connection is lost.
They hear a loud noise, it goes blank.
Ma'am. Ma'am.
Growing up in rural Georgia, Akila Ware had Southern hospitality ingrained in her from birth.
She loved people. She loved helping. No matter what she was going through, she would give you her last.
She liked to bring everybody together. She liked to laugh. To meet Akila, you know, was to love her.
Akila's caring personality earned her plenty of friends during school. And it also inspired the career she chose to pursue after graduation.
She had actually wanted to be a nurse for quite some time. She did the RN program down at Southern Union. I spent like countless nights and days, helping her study while she was in school, and I actually helped her prepare for the board exam as well.
I never forget, she called me and said, "Oh, I passed the test." She was so excited.
How is my favorite patient?
Oh, doing great. How are you doing today?
Akila's job as a home health nurse allowed her to do what she loved best, spend quality time with her patients.
She loved the patients. That was her passion.
Thank you so much.
She treated those patients like they was family.
But by her late 20s, Akila also had a family of her own to look after.
She has 5 kids. And as a single mom, that's a lot to handle on your own.
Once Akila became a parent, her main focus was to protect her kids and always keep them together.
She was willing to put in the hard work it took to give her children a good life.
The goal was to be able to get the kids to be successful, to not go through some of the things we went through growing up.
She's working those long hours, knowing she's got to provide for her family the best she can.
But just because Akila excelled as a single mom didn't mean she'd given up on finding companionship.
She did want love, genuine love. That was her goal, to finally be happy.
Akila had dated different guys, but no one ever felt like the right fit.
Until one day after work, she ran into someone she'd known since high school.
Lonzo?
Alonzo Dargan Jr.
I thought you moved out of town.
I did. I live out of town. I'm actually here visiting.
Keela and Alonzo had dated previously in high school.
After graduation, the pair had taken separate paths. Akila pursued a career in nursing, while Alonzo enlisted in the Army.
He's doing well in the military, promising career.
This is someone who's familiar. That gives a sense of comfortability.
Hey, I'm in town for a few weeks. I don't know if you wanted to grab dinner sometime.
How's tomorrow?
Catching up with her old flame for the first time in more than a decade, Akila felt a spark.
I'll see you soon.
He made her feel things, and she cared about him, and he cared about her.
In their short time together, Akila and Alonzo built an unshakable bond.
Akila FaceTimed me one day, and she was like, I want you to meet my new friend. She was like, I'm happy. This might be it.
But there was one major roadblock on their path to happiness.
He actually lived on the Army base, Fort Bragg in North Carolina.
That's a 6-hour drive.
Steadfast in their love, the young couple refused to let distance stand in their way.
He often had to travel to her, but he never missed a beat.
I'm gonna leave this weekend, so I am, yeah. So I'll be there as soon as I can.
It was good to see her happy and smiling, you know. She deserved it. Finally, she had somebody who could be there and sincere, you know.
I was like, match made in heaven, invite me to the wedding.
But instead of wedding bells, the air in LaGrange, Georgia is filled with the sound of gunshots as Akila Ware flees an armed gunman down a rural highway.
911 confirmed that she was actually saying they're shooting at me, and we heard the gunshots in the background.
All of a sudden, the call goes silent.
So they traced back the call, and they got a hit along a remote stretch of Route 18.
She might be trapped inside the vehicle or heavily damaged.
When police arrive on the scene, the gravity of the situation immediately sets in.
She was a very violent crash. It pushed a lot of the motor and a lot of other parts out of the vehicle.
And the woman behind the wheel is in grave danger.
Akila was trapped in the vehicle. Fire department EMS was doing their part to assess her.
But they quickly realize hers isn't the only life at stake.
They got her out of the car, and then that's when we realized,
oh, she's pregnant.
Coming up, investigators began piecing together the moments leading up to that desperate 911 call. Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
After spending years as a single mom, Akila Ware found the answer to her prayers in a military man named Alonzo Dargan Jr.
He was stationed 2 states away, but they were making it work long distance.
She was willing to relocate, find a new job. Not only she found a man, but she found a man that's in the Army. He's about his business. She's about her business. It looked like it was going to be a match made in heaven.
So I'll be there as soon as I can.
Together, they were planning for a bright future of marital bliss.
He wanted her. He wanted life with her and the kids and for them to build together.
She felt like he was going to be the perfect future husband.
But now the young couple's future hangs in the balance as law enforcement in LaGrange, Georgia race to save Akila's life.
People were calling us that they saw the car off the road and were explaining to us how serious the crash was.
They had to go get the jaws of life to literally extract her from the vehicle.
We knew it was a very bad vehicle accident with injuries. But once they got her out of the car, we realized she was pregnant.
This is a critical time because not only do they have to try to save her life, they're also worried about the baby's life.
As paramedics rush Akilah from the scene, her condition is serious.
She was not really stabilized, but did the best they could to get her prepared for transport.
This is life or death.
She was transported to a Columbus, Georgia area hospital to try to save her life. They were rolling pretty quickly to get her down there.
Meanwhile, investigators from the Troup County Sheriff's Office start sifting through the rubble to piece together what happened.
This was a chaotic situation. The first officers on the scene weren't really sure what to make of this.
Was this a drunk driver? Was this, did they try to avoid hitting something and run into something?
It's not uncommon for us to have serious crashes around here. We've got 2 major interstates, a lot of highways.
But it doesn't take long for the investigators to realize this is no run-of-the-mill car crash.
The first thing that we noticed on the car, outside of the damage, was the obvious bullet holes that were on the driver's side of the car. Once we saw those bullet holes, we knew this was something more than just a very bad crash.
They're just trying to figure out what is going on. Is this a road rage accident or what led up to this?
Road rage in itself has definitely become something that, does end up sometimes in fatal situations. I've definitely heard of situations of people being followed home, kidnapped.
If it is a road rage, a true road rage scenario, then typically the individuals don't know each other. And so it's going to be really hard to be able to find a lead.
Was Akilah shot by an irate driver who wanted to run her off the road? Or is there another possibility?
If this was a road rage incident, you would expect the shooter to be firing wildly out of control. But that's not what they found.
It wasn't like there were just bullet holes scattered all throughout the car. It was a very, very tight pattern.
Someone who knew how to use a firearm was firing into that vehicle.
And it's clear they were shooting at Akilah.
This was personal.
This wasn't just, you cut me off, now I want to scare you. It seemed more serious than that.
But who would want to hurt a person as kind and thoughtful as Akilah? The crime scene offers a few clues.
There are several marks that's on the back of the vehicle that looks like the vehicle is being rammed on both sides of the bumper as well as a side door.
They find silver paint on the car that was in the accident. They also find a Nissan hubcap.
Hey, look what we got here.
So now they're like, maybe it's a silver Nissan we should be looking for.
So that narrows it down from any other cars out there.
Not sure what kind, but it's a silver Nissan.
Okay. Then eyewitnesses offer more insight into what led up to the crash.
A number of people that had witnessed the crash and called 911 waited on the scene for police to arrive. So they were able to describe exactly what they saw.
I was traveling east, and suddenly, coming towards me, there was a dark car and a silver car that appeared to be racing. And the silver car was in my lane, fixed to hit me head on, and I had to get off the road.
Several witnesses actually said that they did see sort of a chase that was happening.
One thing is consistent across every eyewitness account. This was no act of road rage.
Seeing vehicles driving on the wrong side of the road gives the indication that this is something that progressed over a period of miles and not something that happened at the spur of the moment.
Usually with road rage incidences, there's an outburst and then it's done.
The person who did this was pursuing her and hunting her.
Someone wanted Akilah dead.
Ahead, a closer look at the events that turned an ordinary day into a tragedy. Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
Pregnant mother of 5, Akilah Ware, has been gravely injured following a bizarre incident in which she was pursued, shot, and forced off the road by an unidentified gunman.
When we arrived, we knew it was a very critical situation.
At first, police thought this could be an extreme case of road rage. But after speaking with eyewitnesses to the car chase, they believed someone wanted Akilah dead.
This had been planned.
And by the time detectives arrive on scene, there was word from the hospital that whoever it was had succeeded.
Unfortunately, Akilah dies from the injuries.
It's a tragedy compounded by the loss of her unborn child.
They discover that one of the bullets was shot through Akilah's uterus and struck the baby, and both are pronounced dead.
Now this is a homicide. It's also a feticide at this point.
News of the terrible loss leaves Akilah's loved ones speechless.
I was in a rage, just devastated that she's gone.
We had just seen each other. I couldn't believe it. She's 8 months pregnant. She can't be dead. How?
With an armed killer on the loose, homicide investigators can't afford to leave Akilah's family to grieve in peace.
It's obviously very important at that point to try to get what we can from them.
We believe this was a targeted attack.
That doesn't even make any sense. Akilah didn't have any enemies or problems with anyone.
According to her loved ones, Akilah was enjoying one of the happiest times of her life after reconnecting with an old high school boyfriend named Alonzo Dargan Jr.
She was planning on moving out there after the baby was born.
Hearing that Akilah was in a relationship piques the detective's interest. But her family insists that Alonzo couldn't have had anything to do with this.
He was willing to make that 6-hour drive from Fort Bragg down to LaGrange to be with her, buying clothes for the, unborn child.
Everything seemed to be beautiful between the two.
Besides, they tell police Alonzo hasn't made the trip down to Georgia in weeks.
She said that he was busy in the military, hasn't had a chance to get away.
He was not in the area at that time and could not have been the suspect.
We'll be back in touch soon. Sorry again for your loss.
Investigators walk away from the conversation without any solid leads.
Homicide.
But when they hear from Akilah's best friend, Jabari Watson, a potential suspect starts to come into focus.
She had a baby father that, previously he had acted a little weird.
She got 2 kids by him. I think she had a restraining order against him, but she talked him about taking out a restraining order against him. So, he was the one of the first person that came to interest with this situation.
Right. I informed them that, here's someone that I think you should check into.
When police run the ex's name by other individuals in Akilah's inner circle, they get confirmation that the pair had a troubled relationship.
This was an aunt Akilah confided with about her situation with the father of her children.
I just remember her telling me that she was afraid of him.
Okay. When's the last time she told you that?
It was around the time that it was leading up to her getting the order.
In fact, prior to speaking with Akilah's aunt, detectives had already learned that just a few hours before she was killed, Akilah had squared off against her ex in a courtroom custody battle.
She's gonna try to get full custody of the kids.
She had a court case this week. She actually had it this morning. And the judge gave joint custody with her having primary. So that was the outcome of the case this morning.
Oh no, that's not good. That's not good at all.
Could it be a motive for murder?
Custody battles can get extremely ugly and drive people to do things you could not imagine.
Police believe they may have identified the man responsible for killing Akilah. But before they can bring him in for questioning, they receive another tip.
The tipster turned out to be the wife of one of Akilah's patients.
She has some pretty important information that they need to check out.
She said Akilah recently shared some concerning information about a man who followed her to work.
This man was stalking her.
But she doesn't think it was her ex-boyfriend.
The one thing I know is that he's in the military.
Could this be Alonzo Dargan?
When we return, a few details begin to stand out. Stay tuned for more. This is the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
What's good, y'all? This is Doug E. Fresh, and we're asking for your support. Help us raise money for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. Families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food so they can focus on helping their child live. By pledging just $19 a month, you're helping St. Jude give every child with cancer a chance. Help St. Jude save lives. Become a partner in hope today.
Join us at musicgives.org.
Okay. After learning that Akilah Ware was going through an ugly custody battle with one of her exes, Georgia police believed he could be responsible for her murder.
He wanted full custody, but it turned out he ended up being crazy.
Akilah changed her phone number just so she can get away from this guy, so he can stop calling.
He is suspect number one.
Where she was working.
But now a new witness has put forward another troubling possibility.
Akilah worked in the medical field, and the wife of one of her patients had a tip for the police and came forth and said, I need to share some things with you all.
The woman tells detectives that a few weeks earlier when Akilah was at her home, something strange happened.
She said Akilah came over to draw some blood from her husband.
That for me.
And received a text that seemed to kind of rattle her and disturb her.
I knew she had, things going on she was talking to my husband about.
But this time, it seemed more serious than drama with an ex-boyfriend.
She says Akilah immediately starts looking out the window and she notices a car with a black man sitting in it.
This man was stalking her. I know he was. We were like, how do you know where you were? And she said she don't know how he knew where she was or anything.
The woman says she actually asked her, what can we do to help you? And Akilah said, it's okay, I have it. But finding out what happened to her now, she really felt like she needed to come forward with this information.
Was Akilah's stalker the father of her children, trying to intimidate her before their upcoming custody hearing?
Investigators are asking her, well, did she ever go into detail about who this person was?
So the only thing I know is that he's in the military, and I know his first name starts with the A. That's all I know.
It's information that takes the investigators by surprise.
The ex-boyfriend that they're investigating, his name did not start with the letter A, but the name of Akilah's current boyfriend does.
Is the woman describing Akilah's long-distance boyfriend and father of her unborn child, Alonzo Dargan Jr.?
I don't know if he's facing, I can't remember if he's facing Virginia or North Carolina. It was one of them two.
So now they're trying to put all together like, maybe this is Alonzo that they're looking for.
But according to Akila's family, Alonzo hasn't been to Georgia in weeks.
North Carolina is a long ways away, to drive all the way to Columbus just to pop up at someone's job.
This seems a little far-fetched, especially if you take into consideration how strong their relationship was. But detectives know they need to eliminate Alonzo before they can move on.
They start by contacting his commanding officer in the U.S. Army.
He was an active duty soldier, and so our team was able to contact Fort Bragg.
Hello.
Over the phone, the commanding officer tells police that Alonzo is one of his best soldiers.
He had a good record as a soldier, was on the up and up with them. There was nothing that, quote unquote, red flags that showed up as someone kept on doing this.
He didn't have prior convictions, acts of violence that you often see when somebody commits a murder.
Have you noticed any unusual behavior from Alonzo lately?
Has he failed to report for duty?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
He actually stepped out on leave earlier this week.
We did learn that he did get a leave off of base.
Do you know why he took that leave? He had a family issue and he needed to take care of that, but he did come back in earlier this morning.
The fact that Alonzo has been away for the last 2 days grabs the detective's attention.
Once we realized he did actually leave base, that time frame fit. And so all of that was really coming together.
Could Alonzo have been in Georgia after all?
After discovering Alonzo had taken leave, the detectives decided to level with his commanding officer.
The investigators let the commanding officer know that they are questioning him about Alonzo because he is a suspect in the murder of his girlfriend and unborn child.
His girlfriend?
Yes.
Akila where? I don't understand.
He was confused.
The commanding officer is like, well, that can't be possible.
Hey, babe.
Because Alonzo Dargan is a married man with a family already that lives on base.
Oh, boy, I missed you.
Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction Podcast.
Detectives investigating the murder of Akila Ware have just learned that her long-distance boyfriend, U.S. Army Sergeant Alonzo Dargan Jr., has been hiding a secret family on his military base in North Carolina.
Where the baby's at?
Investigators are shocked because they're like, whoa, Alonzo Dargan Jr. has been living a double life.
The entire time Akila and him was together, she thought she was the only woman he had eyes for. Come to find out, he had a whole nother family.
What you been doing all day?
Investigators believe they've uncovered a clear motive for Alonzo to want Akila dead.
Once we learned he was married at the time, had a child with this other lady, that's when the ball started rolling in that direction.
Akila was 8 months pregnant, and the house of cards that he built was about to come crashing down with the birth of that child.
He wanted to kill her before she had the baby.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Yeah.
Hoping to turn up evidence to support their suspicions, Georgia investigators asked the military police for a copy of Alonzo's vehicle registration records.
On military bases, soldiers typically have to register their personal vehicles so they can get in and out of the security gates surrounding the facility.
They find out Alonzo drives a silver Nissan. This is the other car that they believe was involved in the death of Akila.
Using Alonzo's license plate number, investigators are able to track his movements while he was on leave.
There are things called flock cameras that catch tags just driving down the interstate. They're at different places, and law enforcement agencies have them set up, and so you can track somebody's movements if you know their license plate.
It was actually determined that he was in LaGrange at that point. And then they felt strongly enough to arrest him.
While military police take Alonzo into custody, Georgia investigators make the long drive to Fort Bragg to meet with their suspect in person.
We worked jointly with the Army to detain him and start the initial questioning.
At first, Alonzo appears to be cooperative.
Are you willing to talk to us?
But when the police asked him when was the last time he had been in Georgia, he said it had been weeks.
When's the last time you was in LaGrange?
The 17th of last month.
17th last month? What were you doing there?
Training, and I actually visited her.
You went visited who?
Akila.
It's a statement the investigators know to be a lie.
I know that you've been in LaGrange, True County, Tuesday.
I wasn't in LaGrange on Tuesdays.
You wasn't in LaGrange?
No, sir.
He initially, denied being down here. And I think that kind of was a window into how he thought he would get away with this.
I can prove, from my gas, my checking accounts, my knowledge of my vehicle. That shows that I did not have my vehicle there.
He said, prove it. Prove I was down there.
That's when detectives lay the evidence out in front of him.
Okay. I can prove to you with cameras that your vehicle was there. You were in LaGrange, Georgia on Tuesday, and you murdered this woman and your unborn child. That's your car. So can we please start over, quit playing games, and tell us what happened to this poor lady and this precious child that was gunned down and murdered?
Once they showed him evidence that proved that, he stopped talking.
I'm like a lawyer, sir.
While Alonzo refuses to come clean, the recording of his interview is still damning evidence against him.
That interview can be played to a jury. And if a jury's finding out that you're lying, that all but shored up that case really quick.
But just because police can prove Alonzo is lying doesn't mean they can convict him of murder. For that, they turn to his wife.
Hello, ma'am. Are you Mrs. Dargan?
Yes. What is this about? Investigators start speaking with Alonzo's wife and asking her about knowing about this woman, Akila.
No. They were hoping when she found out the full extent of everything that was going on, she'd give them what they needed to put Alonzo away.
We have reason to believe that your husband was having an affair with her.
When they explained everything that has happened, she is shocked.
She was recently murdered.
It was absolutely devastating and alarming for her to hear that Alonzo had been cheating, that he had been building a whole nother family.
But she insists that her husband is no killer.
Well, you're obviously mistaken. Alonzo is a good man. He would never cheat on me, and he certainly would never kill anyone.
She was uncooperative, and maybe that's just her being instinctively defensive of her husband.
Regardless of her reasons, investigators will need more evidence to move forward with their case against Alonzo.
So the next action step was to impound the car.
They were thinking his vehicle might contain the physical evidence they were needing to connect him to the crime.
When police execute their search warrant, it seems like they may be right.
Alonzo's car did in fact match the damages on Akila's car.
The hubcap is missing. There's the paint from the other car.
But the most shocking evidence of all comes when the investigators look under the back seat.
They found a spent shell casing from a 9mm handgun.
It was the same caliber of bullets that they retrieved from Akila's body.
Yeah, that's it.
That is what sealed it.
Stay tuned for more of the Fatal Attraction podcast.
Hi, everyone. I'm Cece Winans. Join me in supporting St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You can become a partner in Hope right now for just $19 a month. And thanks to the generosity of people like you, families never receive a bill from St. Jude for treatment, travel, housing, or food, so they can focus on helping their child live.
Join us at musicgives.org.
After discovering a shell casing from the gun that was used to kill Akilah Ware in the back seat of her married boyfriend's car, police are confident they've arrested the right man.
This is a tale of a man that lived a double life, and when getting caught up in efforts of trying to protect his marriage, he killed someone.
News of Alonzo's arrest takes Akilah's loved ones completely by surprise.
Once we heard and got confirmation that it was Alonzo, we was very, very shocked.
It was mind-blowing to me. Alonzo was supposed to be different. Supposed to be somebody who cared about her, the kids.
Somehow, Alonzo managed to pull the wool over everyone's eyes.
And it's like, oh, he's married, what? She did not know that. She wasn't nobody who was messing with him on the side.
If they was late night creeping and cheating, I would have been like, it was wrong, but it wasn't the situation.
He put it out there. He wanted to marry Akilah. She was not a side woman.
While it may be hard to believe, investigators are convinced their case is airtight.
We knew we had the right guy. It was clear he did it.
And less than a week after Akilah was gunned down, Alonzo Dargan Jr. is officially charged with her murder.
There were several charges: malice murder, felony murder, feticide, aggravated assault, possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime.
The charges are very hefty on this one.
The malice murder as well as the felony murder both hold a death penalty. Feticide carries a life sentence as well.
With his life on the line, Alonzo decides not to take his chances in a courtroom.
His defense attorneys looked at the case file, they looked at the facts, and then he did take what plea was offered to him.
As a condition of his plea agreement, Alonzo is required to provide a full confession of his crime.
At that time, Alonzo confessed to the murder of Akilah Ware.
Akilah?
He starts by revealing that his motive was exactly what police suspected.
Alonzo was trying to protect his marriage by getting rid of his girlfriend and their unborn child.
With less than a month before Akilah was due to give birth, he knew he was running out of time.
When that child came, he knew all his lies were going to be exposed.
Somebody's following me.
After taking leave from his post at Fort Bragg, Alonzo drove more than 400 miles to LaGrange, Georgia, to kill the mother of his child.
You had 6 hours to drive and think and possibly turn around, possibly change the narrative, but you stuck to it. That is scary.
He said that he drove from Fort Bragg and was waiting outside of Akilah's home for her to leave for work.
He followed her around that morning, his cell phone hitting every signal that she hit.
When Akilah realized she was being followed, the situation quickly escalated into a high-speed chase.
There was some swerving that happened as he was following behind her, some switching of lanes. And at that point, he opened fire.
He shot at her car. Then he ran her off the road, knowing that she was 8 months pregnant.
He actually rammed into the back of her vehicle, tail spinning the vehicle out of control, and eventually it hit a tree.
Alonzo didn't bother to stick around to make sure the job was done.
He booked it out of there and sped back to Fort Bragg.
Hey, baby.
as if nothing had happened.
He thought he was gonna be able to go home and get away with it and just live a normal life.
Alonzo's violent actions are almost too monstrous to comprehend.
Like, she was ready to uproot her whole life, her kid's life, to move, to be with him. Like, it just, we did not see this coming.
Was calculating and planned. You're a cold-hearted killer.
On January 27th, 2023, Alonzo stands before a Troup County judge and pleads guilty to all of the charges against him.
Under Georgia law, if you're sentenced to consecutive life sentences, in this case, once for the murder of the victim, once for the feticide of the unborn child, the law requires you to serve 60 years before you're parole eligible.
He'll be 90 plus years by the time he's eligible to be able to be released from jail.
But for the people who love Tequila Ware most, no amount of time can make up for what Alonzo took from them.
60 years is still not enough because your family can go and see you. But we had to go to a cemetery to see her.
At the end of the day, I'm still looking at 5 kids without no mother.
It's just like, it's a horrible dream, you know? It has been like really, really painful.
Sometimes a single moment can change countless lives forever. What began as an ordinary day ended in unimaginable tragedy, leaving family, friends, and a community forever changed. Though her life was cut far too short, Tequila Ware's memory lives on through her children and in the hearts of all those who loved her.
She thought she'd finally found the one.
She could see a future with him. Everybody in the family loved him. She was looking forward to having a better life.
Instead, it all came to a tragic end.
She was face down in the bathtub.
She was cold to the touch. I said, oh, Lord, have mercy.
In Varnville, South Carolina, what begins as a fire emergency quickly becomes something far more troubling. As a grandfather rushes inside to check on the people he loves most, he has no idea that a devastating mystery is about to unfold. What he discovers will leave a family searching for answers and a community struggling to understand why. Tune in to the next episode of the Fatal Attraction Podcast. We will see you in the next episode.